Obviously, day one, you know how the kind of intensity and excitement that brings, and they did not disappoint. So, tremendous amount of enthusiasm and intensity. Guys work hard. Day one execution tight. Positives and not so positives, that comes with it, but a lot of competition. Guys are in camp mentality, so the point of emphasis. It's all about working on the University of Miami, our systems, our positions, our technique, our fundamentals, our culture, our identity, and our edge. So glad you're here. Hope you guys enjoyed the players and having access to it yesterday. If you needed a questions, please.
You had a handful of incoming freshmen who weren't here for the spring, along with some transfers who were practicing with the team for the first time. How do you feel about the integration and the chemistry?
It's good, college football with the changes that have happened with it. The team dynamics are really important. And we feel really good about the blend of having a little bit more than a handful of players that have been here for a couple of years. And then you have a talented freshman class that played last year, one that just arrived. Then you have some really talented transfer portal guys that arrived here, most of them in January, and then a couple of them here in the summer. So it's a neat blend because they're very like-minded individuals. They want to get after it. They work really hard. And they've taken to the standards of practice and just our protocols relatively quickly. So the leadership in day one was very solid. So it's what you want to see in someone to keep working at to guide the right way.
A lot of guys yesterday were talking about to have played that leadership this year compared to years past. Do you agree with that from what you've seen so far this offseason?
I think every coach in the country would. I think every coach in the country would. I think it's important to note that just because a coach is out here now and he reported to camp doesn't mean that he stops being a player. And the best thing a coach can do is really prepare and conduct and organize and challenging practice. Scripting, details of individual technique and fundamental work, angles, leverage, numbers, averages, and all those things are really important. But at the end of the day, it's still got to be driven. We chase guys up and down the field, you probably see that. Great coaches come out, dripping and sweat. But it's got to come from within. We're getting really good push. We're getting really good results with internal leadership and solely based on and focused on getting better.
Coach, you've been very vocal about him, board in general. He's just leaders and also leader. How did he do today in his first practice? And also piggyback off of it. Is it a challenge to get everybody kind of in that cohesive way? Is it a challenge? Like just Cam Ward in general for today, and then
good first day. Good first day. Him. I think he's complemented by some other guys that are also involved in the leadership. Some guys like Jerry Rivers, Samuel Strepper, Mark Fletcher. He's already been put for flags and got some nice reps up there today. There's a lot of guys that I think they're understanding that leadership is not just one person. Groups. It's really good. And I think when you have a group of guys that really want to do well, work hard, it becomes a little bit easier, but they still have to be put in situations where they have to show and demonstrate leadership. I'm not talking about tough, uncomfortable situations. Okay. Is it hot? Yeah. We're inspired by this. Today is challenging because from a conditioning aspect, it's different. From a human resistance standpoint, it's not knowing what it's going to be. Now they were obviously something. So from a day one perspective, it's really good. That has to be matched every single day by the floor. Because install now is familiar. Install now can evolve, can be advanced and accelerated. Also, you got guys in the program that can teach you to do this. So we're going 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. We're up a lot of guys. And for that to be effective and productive, when the 3s and 4s go, it's got to look as close to 1s and 2s as possible from an assignment standpoint. We're going to take people that have fundamentals. But the only way to get them there is extra meeting time, practice, camp, all that time, and leaders on the team, the older guys showing up. That right there is and continuity. That's what makes it.
we have someone like Monday. He said he's already putting away last season and already focused on Monday and have the defense. And also, they told us yesterday, like, hey, they're going to get the work done and bring it up to the level. What does that mean to you that the players are also buying in to what this season is going to be, knowing they're putting what happened in the past from
think what we do really well is there really is no magic formula. You know, there are no tweets, no speeches, no narratives, nothing. That can replace working really hard and doing things to a certain level. And I think they understand. But even more importantly, they're willing to work to make that a reality. Become a really good football team. You know, every offseason you identify every ounce of coaching and playing in the system. You can improve on that. Deep down. Everybody's hard. And I think it's you can sit down face to face with these players and these coaches and get right at it. Put your feelings or sensitivity aside because we have to develop our identity. We have to develop an edge. We have to focus on the personal. So if we can get out of camp, we need to get it.
Coach, Restrepo and George saw Gary do last year. Adding Sam Brown to that mix, what did that bring? You have a third high-end receiver among that group.
Well, I think you got some guys that are competing on the sides. You got Sam Brown, you got Nightcar out there doing really, really well. You got Jojo Trader went out there and had a really good day. You can't discount Shamar Kirk. Ray had one of his best days, and Ray brings a lot of value in a lot of different areas also. So I think those guys are versatile enough where we can do a lot of different things and a lot of moving parts. Keep people off balance so we don't always see Restrepo in that position. We don't always see Sam Brown in that position. As well as Sam Brown, it's awesome having him. He's a real, he certainly ups the level of competition.
From a physical standpoint, how would you assess this year's roster? The team seems like they've gotten bigger across the board compared to spring of 2022.
Well, processes are taking their process-like steps, right? You always attack the trenches first. I think that's often ignored in football, right? You want to be bigger, stronger, but you want to be athletic. You want to have balance and you want to play with power. And there's guys on both sides of the ball up front that are going to be NFL draft picks. How high depends on how much you can develop and how well they can play. Their focus on Miami football will also determine that as well. So is that different? It's extremely different. It's looking more and more like it needs to look like, and we really got to push extremely hard in camp to make sure we develop the technique, the fundamental, the physicality. You know, our players were informed last night. You cannot practice soft and be coached soft and expect to play hard. Right? You must commit to a certain level of physicality and effort on a daily basis. Going home and getting coddled and hearing how great you did and how you deserve more is not it. People got to earn that out here every single day. There's an extremely high level of respect between these players that they're trying to do so. It's an exciting time. I know I can come in and sing straight face because it's hot as hell out here. Dehydrated right to the ground, but that was a really solid first day effort. It's good. We're not in football shape yet. It's our job to get there. By day 16, it should look way different. By day 22, it should look way different. But processes up front, it looked like a good battle up there in front at all levels, the ones and twos and threes.
Coach, there's a lot of expectations from the outside. I'm curious, what are your expectations for this team for this season?
I don't think there's ever an expectation outside anywhere that could ever match the expectations from you played at the University of Miami, especially during the time when Miami was rated college football. Your expectations, your experiences, your hardships, your good times, your rough times, the moments of getting knocked on your butt and having to get multiple surgeries, your experiences being part of a brotherhood that's been unmatched. Your expectations are going to be absolutely competitive. The daily expectation is more important, and that daily expectation is to give every ounce of what we have as a staff to every single player on this roster. As a coach, as a mentor, as a teacher. That's our focus.
There's a long ways to go still.
Here it comes. You're loading it up. It's like a tentacle wind up right there. Go ahead.
Okay, so body type, movement skills, what type of first impression do you have of this guy?
6'4", 300, I think he's about feet. Really athletic. You saw when he played basketball, when I watched him play basketball. He's never on the ground. Very heavy-handed. Light feet, knowledgeable, smart, plays with good leverage. You know, that guy's going to be special. You can throw a lot at him. Today we threw him in there. Yeah, he got a lot of reps today.
Coach, you've been around the game for so long. Obviously, it's been great for you. Is there still excitement? Is this like the first day of school? You know, is there still that getting things started, getting ready to get things out for you?
Every year, I think anybody that coaches football, every year, I feel like it's the best. It never changes. I think anytime a person doesn't feel like it, we work really hard. We work really hard. We came here on a mission. We came here with a purpose. Every day's been intentional. We dedicate our entire existence to the University of Miami. It's people, it's players, it's community. And it was fun to see some of the pieces that are in place now. And now it's really exciting to get up there and start making all the corrections, the assessments, the moves to continue moving this team forward. So yeah, the excitement right now is really for the right reasons and for the good reasons.
Last question. Yesterday, he said he's dedicated to the NFL. Did that go into the process of recruiting him? And talk to us a little bit about Cam Ward.
Well, for recruiting Cam Ward, you know, you mentioned the other day. Cam Pruitt? Oh, okay. Bobby Pruitt. Bobby Pruitt is one of the more talented young linebackers. Extremely athletic. His father was a great player and a great athlete. The mentality of how he plays, the mentality of his approach to the game, his upbringing, his mom, his father, his coaches, they're very like-minded individuals. That guy's he's been like groomed to really perform and push at a high level. When we take that into account, it's hard. You know, I mean, I've seen 4'2" parents give birth to 7'4" giants. You know, I've seen guys that were jockeys in their life give birth to gargantuan defensive tackles. So, I mean, I think you assess size and growth potential for a recruit that you might want to stick around a little more, but in his case, I mean, heck, probably not. But his father looks like he was still playing.
Thanks, Coach.
Just before we go, just the Spanish one or just the first day? I'm sorry. I know to switch gears. I wanted to ask that. We also do Developmental. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. Question.
No, just like
Spanish?
yeah, Spanish first day, getting ready to start the season started.
Muy impresionado con el esfuerzo de nuestro equipo, la que hemos preparado de una manera extraordinaria. Se han empujado duro, la que el esfuerzo toma peso, se corriendo todo el día, haciendo una cosa que este equipo, realmente para nuestros coaches, es un equipo que quiere ser excelente en todas las cosas que hace. You're going to get killed by my people.
Do we need to translate coaches?